All right, this is question 5 on RAD 5, and this is a really typical problem that kids have trouble with. So let's first take a look at it. You have 2, and you've got the square root of a over 2 plus a times the square root of 2 over a. So the first thing you have to think about is this is plus. So the only way that I can add these is if they both have the same radicand, so what's underneath the radical is exactly the same, and they both have the same index. Well, they do both have the same index because they have square roots, but they do not have the same radicand. So I can't add them as they are now. But what's the problem with what I have? I have a radical in the denominator on both of these. So let's go ahead and rationalize these. Now, you might not know where that's going to lead you, but sometimes you just have to try things and see where it goes. So let's do that. So I'm going to have 2, and I have the square root of a over the square root of 2. I'm going to multiply that by the square root of 2 over the square root of 2. So this one will become 2 times the square root of 2a all over 2, because the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is just 2. And then these 2's just cancel out. So this just becomes the square root of 2a. So let's do now the same thing with this one. So I have a square root of 2 all over the square root of a. Now, to rationalize this denominator, I'm going to multiply by the square root of a over the square root of a. And that'll give me a times the square root of 2a. And the square root of a times the square root of a is just a. And then my a's will cross out, and I'm left with the square root of 2a. So now I've got the square root of 2a plus the square root of 2a. So now you have to remember, if I am adding radicals, the radicand has to be the same, the index has to be the same. If those two things are true, I will just add their coefficients. So this will become 2 times the square root of 2a. Definitely practice this one because I can guarantee you will see this on the quiz.